Morning guys, welcome back to another house renovation vlog of sorts. So I don't think I've actually talked about this in a video or anything at all, so let me just grab a seat. Okay, so our original plan was to do all the floors in the house ourselves. That was what we had planned to do and expected to do after we got some quotes for getting it done by professionals, and it was just outrageous. I mean, it's not outrageous, I'm sure it's worth it, but we just couldn't afford it. So we did Layla's room, which you'll have seen, but the problem was the place that we were hiring our equipment from had been closed for like a month because of COVID related reasons, and so we couldn't hire that equipment anymore. And they had the really good, like, professional quality equipment, not just the regular stuff you can hire. And we didn't really want to downgrade the equipment and hire something of a lesser quality that would actually end up being more expensive as well to hire. So we took another view on it and we're like, okay, well, let's try getting a couple of more quotes for the work and see if we can get something more reasonable. Especially since we've done some of the work now. We did one room ourselves, we've changed kind of some of our requirements for what we want for the floors, and we've done a lot of prep work ourselves. We've already sourced all of the replacement boards that we're potentially going to need and all of that. So there's a lot of the work that we've already done. So we were like, let's see if it's cheaper or a more reasonable amount now to get it done. Anyway, so we got a couple of quotes and we had someone come in basically around the sort of number we had in mind for what we were willing to pay to get it done by someone else, essentially. And it's only a fraction more expensive than if we were to do it all ourselves at this point, like from this point on. So we were like, you know what, it's worth it. We're kind of running out of time because Perry's in like a really busy time with his work, and it's only going to get busier towards the end of the year, and we just don't want to keep living in this kind of state of chaos for much longer. So at the beginning of this past week, on the 28th of September, we started getting our floors done. And so he started on the ground floor, and he's done the corridor and Perry's office, and then the little room next to his office are done now. And then over this weekend we need to move all the furniture across. There's the guest room's also on this floor. That was kind of like the storage room for everything. So we need to get the guest room cleared out so he can work on that. And then he'll be going and working upstairs, and in between he's doing the stairs itself as and when there's time. So look at our pretty floors. Anyway, so yeah, I'm very excited about the state of our floors right now. So what I'm doing today, it's Saturday at the moment, Perry's taken Layla to a swimming class, and I am going to be cleaning the rooms because there's still, even though it's fairly dust free, the process that they use, there is still a light coating of like sawdust everywhere. So I've already started cleaning in Perry's office. I've dusted all the walls, cleaned all the walls of all the dust, and Layla helped me sweep up the floors. She loves using the Swiffer mop thing, she absolutely loves it. So she's helped me with that, and I just need to go around with the Hoover now and like make sure I get all the little bits and stuff off. Then do the same in the corridor and the other little room. Then I need to go around with the paint that we have left over and do any touch-ups. There's definitely a few scuffs and stuff from where the sanding machine has hit the wall and things like that, which was always going to be the case even if we did it ourselves. So I need to go around and do any touch-ups and all of that, so that when Perry gets back we can think about starting to move furniture into those rooms to get the other room cleared out. So actually this weekend Layla's going to go to stay with Perry's parents for one night, so she's going to have a sleepover at Granny and Grandpa's, which she's very excited about. And it works out well for us, which means we can get on with this stuff without having to worry about her either getting hurt, getting in the way, or being sat on the iPad the whole time because we got to get on with stuff and can't like play with her. So so yeah, that's the plan for today. We'll do some cleaning, do some painting touch-ups. Oh, and that was the other thing. We're trying to figure out exactly how to finish the stairs, but because we're planning on doing is have the treads, so the flat, like the top of the step being wood, and then the riser, so the vertical part of the step being painted white. And because we can't quite tell how that's going to look yet because they're not painted white, what I said I would do over the weekend is like paint a couple of the risers white so we can get a better visual on how that's going to look when it's finished, to decide how to treat and finish the wood that's going to be on the tread to give a more the most even look, as it were. I'll show you later what the stairs look like. It's covered in tins of paint at the moment, but basically because the sides of the steps had previously been painted white and the middle hadn't, they've actually, even though we've stripped all the white paint off, all the old white paint off, they are slightly different colors, and even with sanding they're never going to be exactly the same color again. So it's more a case of like, how do we treat it to make it look as even as possible while still looking good overall, kind of thing. So yeah, we decided, rather than trying to like guess at it, that I would paint the risers white on a few steps, then we can make a more informed decision on how that's going to look next week. So that's the plan for this morning, so let's get on with it. So this is what Perry's office looks like right now. It looks so much nicer with the lighter floors. And this is the room next to his office. Like, we call it the den at the moment because we don't have a better name for it. It's an undetermined room in terms of what it's going to be. We haven't figured it out, but there's definitely some scuff marks and stuff on the walls that are going to have to be touched up, and potentially along the skirting as well. So, oh, and we got our new radiators installed, which are really cool. Love them. They're like cast iron style radiators, in keeping with the style of the house as well. And yeah, so then this is the room that we have to clear out over the weekend so the sanding guy can get in there, because yeah, it's basically been storage whilst we get the rest of this floor done. And you can see the stairs have got the different colours, so that was what I was on about there. All right, let's crack on with it. How you doing, honey?
Yeah.
Yes, honey?
Can I come and see you up there on those stairs?
Yeah. One second. Thank you. Oh, okay. I'll wipe off the bits of paint that go on the steps. Okay. Where are you going?
I'm going to be with
Okay,
you.
you need to come down one step. You're too high up. Do you want to help me peel this? Yeah? Can you help me? Oh, gentle, gentle, gentle. Okay. Gentle.
Can I? And maybe.
Mommy has to do most of it, but you can help me in certain bits, okay?
I don't need help you.
Okay, you just want to watch?
Mummy,
Yes, honey?
is it okay if I be with the camera to make sure it doesn't fall?
Okay.
If it does fall, I can be there to catch it.
Alright. Well, actually, I need to move the camera in a minute, so...
And what I'm going to do with the camera?
Okay. Hey guys, I thought I'd jump in with a bit of a voiceover for the end of this video, and I have to say there's absolutely nothing more satisfying than a good tape peel after you've painted something. Removing that tape is possibly the most satisfying part of the whole thing. So yeah, as of recording this video, it is now recording the voiceover rather, sorry, it is now the 2nd of November. I still have some of the stairs left to finish. I've done about half of the stairs that needed to be painted and the other half still need to be done, but it does put quite a bit of pressure on my back, so I've been taking my time with it. Anyway, so now I'm just showing you what our guest room looks like, what the floor in the guest room looks like after everything has been taken out of it. It is in pretty bad condition in terms of like what it looks like. Perry had used a hand tool sander thing to sand under where the radiator went in, because the radiators were being installed before the floors were being done. So that's that, and here's the rest of the ground floor that's already been sanded. So yeah, and now by magic here is what the finished guest room floor looks like. It is amazing. It was such a transformation, and it's just blends perfectly with the rest of the ground floor and the hallway, and the stairs are basically finished painting at this point. So now I'm back up to our room. So this is I think just after the flooring guy had completely finished, our room was the last room he did, and yeah, so I'm just going around cleaning, getting rid of any excess dust, because my plan was, and is what I did, was I basically hoovered up and did all the touching up to any areas on the walls that needed touching up, and touched up on all the skirtings around the room as well before we moved before Perry moved our bed back into our room. We'd obviously had to empty the room completely in order to be able to get the sanding done. And yeah, so as of actually recording this video, like I said, it's the 2nd of November now. Pretty much everything in this video was recorded in October, and we actually ordered our curtains for our bedroom and blinds for the guest room around the same sort of time as this video is being recorded, so like mid-October, but they're not even going to ship until like the end of November, so it's going to be a while before I'll be able to do the next sort of like final reveal of what our bedroom and what the guest room looks like. Like, I'll give you a pretty good idea of the guest room a little bit later in this video, what it currently looks like, but it's still a couple of little finishing things that need to be added to both the guest room, and I don't really give you guys a proper reveal of our bedroom once the bed's been put back, because I'm just waiting for it all to be done. So yeah, it'll probably be sometime in December, or maybe even the new year, before I post the next house vlog update to kind of round off everything. But yeah, like I said, our bedroom and the guest room are really like the last rooms left to be done. We have two small box rooms, which one is on the ground floor, one is on the bedroom floor, which are currently just for storage and undetermined rooms at this point. And yeah, so things are coming along. I'm in the guest room now. I picked up
some bits of decor and stuff for the guest room, including these little faux fur rugs to go on either side. Now those rugs actually live in the cupboard now, and they will only come out when we actually have guests over, because cats and cat fur gets on everything. That's actually the main reason the bed even has a bedspread, is to stop the cat fur from getting onto the covers. Yeah, so our boys actually love this bed. This bedroom, the guest room, is actually the boys' room, it's the cat's room. It's where they sleep most of the time. If you can't find the cats, they're pretty much always going to be in this room. They absolutely love it. And because of the cats, we can't really have fresh plants or fresh flowers in the house. So I picked up some faux flowers and stems to put into the vase, just to add a bit of colour and decoration to the room. And we had this little table, this little side table, that's actually Perry's grandmother's. And so we put it in the guest room as a place, like a dressing table type thing. I think at some point in the future we'll get a little stool or a chair that will go with that table. And there again, some faux flowers, faux plants to go. Those ones that you can see on the bed are actually for the corridor, so not for this room. I moved some picture frames around. Those still need to be filled, and just getting the bed all set up and floofed up nicely and made up nicely. This was actually all filmed during that week when Perry was away for work and Layla was up at my parents'. I spent the first day that I had the house to myself, just cleaning the house, tidying up, organising, and this was one of the things that I did that day. And it just felt very nice to get it all sorted. It's all starting to come together. Like I said, I put the rugs back in the cupboard afterwards just to keep them clean. So still need to hang the mirror, put the blind up, change the light fitting, and hang up some artwork onto the walls. So now for the last couple of minutes of the video, you're just going to watch me assemble our bedside tables. So before, Perry and I had mismatching bedside tables, and it just doesn't really work with our room anymore. And I wanted nice matching side tables. Like, I didn't think that was a big deal, but it actually turned out to be quite hard to find the right ones that were going to fit, because our bed is really wide. There's actually not a lot of space on either side of the bed. I mean, there's enough. It's just for us to have matching side tables meant they had to be a very specific size, or could only go up to a very specific size. So I found these two side tables on Amazon in the end. That was the only place I could find something that was going to fit, that wasn't going to cost like £200 each, because we don't have a huge budget at this particular point, having spent it all doing all the other things in this house. But yeah, it wasn't actually all that bad. It was pretty quick to put together. I think in total the two took me about an hour to put together. Definitely sped up by the fact that I had an electric screwdriver. To screw everything in by hand would have taken a lot longer. So definitely appreciated having the electric screwdriver. And this was like the last thing I did on that day after I'd cleaned the whole house and everything. This was filmed, I think, at 7 p.m. or something. I was like, right, let's just get this last thing done. And then I was able to enjoy the rest of my week in the house on my own, which went really well. And yeah, glad to have everyone back now, though, to be honest. And yeah, so that's basically it for this little vlog. I hope you've enjoyed this little update on what's been going on in the house. Like I said, we still have some of the stairs to finish off. Still need to do touch-ups to the skirting in the guest room, and touch-ups in the corridors and hallways and stuff. But I'm trying to wait until I finish painting the stairs before finishing doing any of that stuff. And it just feels like a never-ending battle, honestly. It feels like it's never going to end. But we will get there. My goal is to have everything done before Christmas. And yes, that's what we're aiming for right now. And thank you so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you guys in another video very soon. Bye bye.